Hello everyone, my name is Travis Gentry and I'm a Kuk Sool Won instructor. Kuk Sool Won is a comprehensive martial arts that includes kicking, hand strikes, acrobatics, throwing, as well as weapons such as sword and staff. What I'll be demonstrating right now is just a little bit of our stretching, our basic hand strikes, and our basic kicking techniques. Okay, let's begin. Kuk Sool. Okay, starting off with stretching, you want to start with the neck. So you want to go up and down, and I'll count in Korean. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷. Now side to side. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷. You also want to make sure you rotate your head. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷. And the other way. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷. Now the thing with stretching, you want to make sure you get all of your major joints. Okay, so your arms, circles. Make sure you go the other way. Nice big circles. Even across, okay, to get that full range of motion. Okay, you can even get your elbows, circling your elbows. All right, other way. Make sure you get the other way. All right. Going down your body, your hips. So what you do, you get your legs about shoulder length apart, hands on your hips, and you rotate in really big circles. Okay? Now this looks a little funny, but try to keep your head in place and just move your hips around and go the other way. What you don't want to do is just move your head all over the place. Okay, so nice big circles to get that range of motion. Moving down your body, down to your knees, make sure you circle your knees. Okay, and make sure you go the other way. Another stretch you can do for this is to go all the way down for a count of 2, 하나, 둘, and all the way back for a count of 2. Set, net. All right, make sure before you get to your ankles, there's a few ways to do this, but a very common way is when you stick your foot out, you just rotate your foot so your ankle gets the full range of motion as well. Another stretch that we do is from here, just to rotate your body around. Again, feet are out, about shoulder length, okay, shoulder width, and you rotate. All right, so these are just very basic stretches. There's also more stretches. Let's see if I can demonstrate this with the space I have. So you want to make sure your legs are out as far as they can, sideways, but you don't want to be in pain. Pain is an indicator that you should probably stop. Uncomfortable and pain are still different. So if you're uncomfortable, that's okay. But once it reaches past uncomfortable and becomes painful, that's when you need to maybe bring your legs in a little tighter. Okay, so you want your legs out and reaching down. And going to the side and the other side are also other stretches that you can do. Kuk Sool Won has many more stretches that we practice, but just know these are the beginning, just to kind of get your body loose. Okay, so moving on, we're going to start with our hand strikes. The thing with hand strikes, what's important is not that you're going fast or hard, but that you're doing correct. Okay, so don't just throw your hands out and flail, but work on doing correct motion first. When that becomes muscle memory, meaning your body can move without thinking of all the steps, then you can move on and start going faster and even using more force. But remember, always technique first. Okay, so let's start off with front punching, all right? So you want to be in what's called a horse stance. A horse stance is when your legs are far apart, a little wider than your shoulders, maybe 1.5 to 2 times your shoulder length, all right? And feet straight and nice and low as if you're riding a majestic horse. So a nice low stance. All right, so it looks like I'm sitting on the couch, but that's the cool illusion about this. It's just you're in the air. All right, now from a horse stance, hands back, put one hand out, okay, and move them at the same time. So I'll do 10 punches, then I'm gonna actually show you some really intricate details about these strikes. So let's do 10 first, ready? And I'm going to count in Korean, up to 10. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, dasit, yasit, ilga, yaro, aha, yo. All right, and stand up. Okay, now let me show you something about your punches. Notice my hand. Let's start with your elbow. Your elbow should not lock your elbow out. You will, over time, you'll start hyperextending or hurting your elbow. We call it cumulative, or damage over time. So you'll build up damage over time. So don't lock your elbow because you're gonna do what's called micro hyperextensions. We'll worry about the wording another time. Wrist should be straight. If you're punching and your wrist is bent, as soon as you hit something, notice you'll snap it in a very wrong way that can damage yourself, okay? Fingers are all the way back, not loosey-goosey, okay, none of this, but nice and tight fingers. And very important, your thumb goes all the way on the bottom, okay? Notice my thumb is on the bottom, not out, not on the side, on the bottom. It's kind of like it's locking your fingers in place. So everything is like, as if it's one unit and not individuals. Because look, that hurts. There's no power in these individual fingers, but if it's all together, that's very powerful, okay? So when you punch, wrist straight, elbow straight, but not locked, thumb on the bottom and tight. You're actually using those first two knuckles as a striking point. So just keep that in mind when you're punching. All right, moving on, palm strike. So palm strike, very similar to a punch, except for you using your palm for the striking surface, the bottom half. If you notice, the bottom half lines up with the rest of your arm. So everything is a lined up motion, all right? So when you palm strike, everything's lined up. So back to your horse stance, okay? Hands down to the side, nice and low. I'm gonna go at a little angle here so you guys can maybe see me a little better, all right? And palm out, palm out. All right, let's do it 10 times, let's go. And 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. Now with palm strikes, you can do 2 at a time. You can go sideways. And in Kuk Sool, there's even different types of palm strikes, okay? Just for now, just get the basics. Get the basics. All right, moving on to knife hand strike. Now with the knife hand strike, you're actually turning your hand into a knife, okay? So that means everything must be straight. I ask my students all the time, would you rather break a board with a sharp knife or with a rubber knife? Okay, now rubber knife, there's no structure. It's really flimsy, okay? And you don't want your hand to be like that. You don't want a flimsy knife. You want everything straight, strong, and together, okay? So not flimsy. So from there, nice good horse stance. Now here's the thing with the knife hand strike. Not only are you striking with the correct hand position, but you also need to use the correct hand motion, okay, in the arm motion. So you want to start here near your ear, thumb down, palm forward, very important. From this motion, strike. When you switch your hands at the same time, this motion, strike. So this motion is very important. This is the same motion you use when you're using Kuk Sool Won weapons like short staff, okay? So you need to make sure this motion is there. This is a very powerful motion. It doesn't feel like it because you're hitting air, but trust me, if you had a board in front of you, this motion is the way you would break it. All right, a wooden board at least. So here we go, 10 times, and let's go. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. All right. And again, just like with palm strikes, you can do 2 at a time, but you wouldn't come all the way back. This will actually be in front of your head, okay? Knife hand also has different directions. So not just down, you can use the same motion to go across, sideways, or at an angle, depending on the purpose of the strike and where you're striking your opponent. All right, moving on. The next strike is called Kuk Sool or reverse knife hand. So we have normal knife hand. Now we're gonna go reverse knife hand. Using the same side, just hitting my imaginary opponent at a different spot across the body. Okay, so the motion goes across your ear, strikes, across, and strike. Okay, so let me get in a lower horse stance so you guys can see me better. All right, and let's go. Hana, do, set, net, daset, yaset, ilga, yado, ahap, yo. Okay, we also have Kuk Sool. This is more of a ridge hand strike. So you're using the ridge of your hand. So you want to tuck your thumb and go across. Tuck your thumb, go across. So it's not really a haymaker or like a wild swinging punch. This is still a precise motion. You're just swinging your arm and here. Again, using this ridge of your hand. All right, so here we go, 10 times, starting with my right. All right, so let's go. Hana, do, set, net, daset, yaset, ilga, yado, ahap, yo. All right. And the last knife hand type strike we're gonna do is called Heijin Sudo. Now Heijin Sudo, it looks cool, but it's really easy to go fast and go sloppy. We don't want that. Remember, if you're just starting out, go slow and develop muscle memory first. Okay, so I'm gonna put my left hand on top because if you're facing me, usually your right hand will be on top. I like to go with my class. So when my left hand is out, it's their right hand. I know not every instructor does that, and that's okay. Every instructor finds the style that suits them the best. Okay, so back in my horse stance, you're gonna put your right or my left, this is my left side, up, and your opposite side down. Okay, nice good horse stance. You want to rotate once and strike. Okay, and back. There's a real big purpose behind this, and I'll discuss it another time. For now, again, just develop your muscle memory. So here we go. All right, eye level, and this is right in front of your tummy. Okay, and or a little higher, depending on who's teaching you. Hana, so circle, strike, and back. Do, set, net, daset.
Sorry, I'm not sure what you want.
Yaset, ilga, yado, ahap, yo. And then we'll switch. Hana, do, set, net, daset, yaset, ilga, yado, ahap, yo. All right. So those are some basic hand strikes. Remember, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Kuk Sool Won goes very deep. There's also knuckle strikes, there's advanced strikes, there's back fists, there's spear hands. There's a lot to it, but work on those basics, develop the muscle memory before you move on to the more advanced strikes. All right, so let's move on to kicking. Kicking in Korean is the word we use is Kuk Sool, kicking techniques, okay? So Kuk Sool. The thing with kicking you have to keep in mind, usually there's two phases, but there's a setup phase and then there's an execution phase. Now, what I want to say about kicking, a lot of people emphasize the foot that's actually extended, but almost as important is the foot that's on the floor still. So some people don't move that foot at all when they throw a kick out, and that's only half the power. Remember, all your balance and all your weight is still on that leg. So you have to learn to adjust that leg that's up. For example, when I do a front kick, I'm actually going to turn my foot as well, so I have more hips. And that changes the style of the kick. It makes it more powerful and brings your foot closer to your opponent, or penetrates your opponent with more power. Here we go. So the first thing we're gonna do is called a front stretch kick. All right, I'm gonna clear out some more space. If you're at home, make sure you have enough space to do these kicks in a safe way. All right, so a front stretch kick, I'm gonna turn a little bit to an angle so you can see me as well. Your leg goes straight up and back where you got it. It's about stretching your leg. This isn't an actual practical kick, but one in Kuk Sool we like to start with because it's a good way to stretch your body out. All right, so from this position, let's go. So I'm gonna turn, leg straight, up and back, just like that, up and back. All right, the goal is just to stretch. You don't have to kick high to be a good kicker. In fact, some of your most powerful kicks are gonna be towards your opponent's knees, thighs, hamstrings, or even ankles, believe it or not. There's very powerful kicks that attack there. So if you're not able to kick high, that is totally okay. It's all about kicking correct. All right, so from an angle, you guys can still see me. All right, so I wanna turn, everything is straight, up and back. Let's do that 10 times, here we go. And Hana, make sure you breathe. When you kick, you should be breathing. Do, so breathe out, set, net, dasit, yasit, ilga, yaro, ahup, yo. And let's do the other side. Always do both legs. You don't want to be good at kicking up one leg and bad at the other. So make sure you train both sides of your body. Otherwise, it's not good for your personal self-defense, okay? Just in case you need the other side. All right, so I'm on the other side. All right, so again, turn your body, legs straight up and down. Okay, 10 times, let's go. Hana, do, set, net, dasit, yasit, yoga, yaro, ahup, yo. All right, good. So that's your front stretch kicks. The next kicks we're gonna go over, keeping your legs straight, are called inside kick and outside kick. Or in Korean, andari chagi and bakandari chagi. All right, we're gonna do this all at once, okay, in and out with the same leg. Here are the steps. First, when in your step, let's go my carpet over a little. You need to turn your hips and your shoulder square up, okay? Back leg draws a crescent shape, or as I tell my young students, draw a rainbow with your foot. Then you're gonna go along that same path back to where you got it. So draw a rainbow, hit your hand as a target. Now when you go back, you don't have to hit your hand, otherwise it's a little awkward. So just draw that same trajectory back. All right, so you wanna go, again, in real time, it looks like this. In, out. So it goes in and then out. So let's do that. This time we'll just go 5 kicks, okay? So from this position, turn your hips and your shoulders. All right, and on my count, Hana, in, out. Make sure you breathe. Do, so breathe, breathe. Set, in, out. Net, dasit. Very good. At home, hopefully you're keeping up with me. Just do your best. That's all I'm asking you. Now from the other side, make sure in your other leg, good stance, turn your hips and shoulders. Use this hand as a target. Inside kick, outside kick. All right, whatever you do, don't slap your foot. There's a difference, I'll show you in a second. So let's go 5 times. Here we go. Hana, in, out. Do, breathe, breathe. Set, net, dasit. Good. Okay, So what I meant earlier, don't slap your foot. Well, this is to simulate an opponent. If I have a bad guy, now you can imagine whatever bad guy you like. If you're a fan of Star Wars, for example, this can be a stormtrooper. So here's a bad guy. This is the bad guy's head, and your foot goes to it. What's not going to happen if the bad guy puts their head next to your foot so you can do this. That is very unrealistic and also teaches you a very bad habit that is not usable in real life, okay? So, bad guys here, bring your hand to the foot, bring your foot to the hand, not hand to the foot. Not that way. All right, moving on. These next kicks are about bending your knee before your kick, starting with front kick. Now, if you remember earlier, I said to turn that supporting foot. That's more of an advanced technique, but that's something to keep in mind. For now, just focus on the steps. All right, I'm going to go at an angle. I think you guys can still see me here. All right, I have a little viewfinder I'm going to watch. I can see you guys, or I can see you, see me. How about that? So you want to bend your knee up first, extend it out, bend it, and then put it back where you got it. That's it. So all the setup phases here, you have to set up first before you execute, and then return. Otherwise, it's a bad kick, and it's a bad habit if you continue to practice that way. So it's not about kicking high, kick correct. Here we go, 5 times. Hana, and back. Do, set, net, dasana. All right, other side, good stance. Hana, do, set, make sure you bend, then kick. Net, dasana. Okay? So that's your front kick. You're gonna use that same motion for your back kick. All right? So, but you're like, what? Back kick? Well, the danger of back kick is if you do it wrong, it's incredibly ineffective. However, if you do it right, it's extremely powerful. In fact, in martial arts, this is one of your most powerful kicks. All right, so in order to do it correctly, you're gonna be in your stance, obviously. Your knee goes up like you're about to do a front kick. So make sure it goes up to the front. Then look over your shoulder and push it straight back behind you. Chamber before you put it back down. Chamber means bend your knee again. Okay, so let's do that 5 times from here. Here we go. Hara. So go up, then back. Do. Set. Net. One more. Dasana. Go up first, then back. Change. All right, same thing. Hana, go up first, then kick back. Do. Set. Up first, then kick. Make sure you look over your shoulder. Net. Up, then kick, and dasana. Go up, then kick. All right. So those are your basics kicking. Again, in Kuk Sool, there's a lot more kicks we'll go over. In fact, I might even show you in another video. But for now, get those down before we move on to the more advanced stuff. Okay? Now, so we've covered your basic stretching. There's your basic hand strikes, your basic kicks. Practice those and you'll become a very effective martial artist just from having solid basics. All right, I wish you guys a great day. Take care. Kuk Sool.